I will point out that the glorious Qur'an, a simplified translation for the young people, by Syed Vickar Ahamed, is such that it's easier to operate than the Saudi translation that was a common one for quite some time, that had all these extra parentheses and such, and it didn't leave all the words translated. They left them as jargon that you had to look at the footnotes and stuff for. But this is not as edited. If this was edited, if the transliteration was consistent, then, this would do better than that in that way too. And the choice of words is definitely that which is more accessible to most people. 103, and some other examples of words that most people fluent in Arabic do not know are translated herein, which is nice because, you really, it's not like the Bible where there's a quarter of the words in what they call the Old Testament that there's not a living meaning for. There's a meaning for everything in the Quran in, a literal sense. There is some commentary in parentheses that should have just waited till the end of the chapter, like you see in some of the earlier chapters that he was going over. And some of his commentary is not so literal. It's from a mystical angle. They shouldn't have just switched back and forth with Arabic terms and whatever, like maybe put Pharaoh in the parentheses if you're going to do that sort of thing, but having Moses and then whatever, maybe have a separate index where you point out, oh, well, these are the English names for, these 27 prophets, or, people say 25, and then there's a thing in Surah 36, which doesn't name them all, but, and the supplication to the creator of light at the end, I'm not terribly familiar with, but it's, the version of a prayer for the end of the Quran that this has. Its parts are master, the messenger, believers, man, and I don't see a source listed. It could be his own four-liners there. And there's a note about how the Quran is in Arabic and some other aspects of respect, outer and inner purification. It has a satisfactory introduction to get started with understanding the context of the Quran.